estimating the cost of building construction. You know, this is a topic which everybody is interested in listening to, because yeah, most of the time when I meet clients, you meet a client, somebody who wants to build a house, and the first question they'll ask you is, how much do I really need to build this house? Or rather, somebody also wants to start a construction business and they want to start estimating. Somebody tells you that I want to start a business and I want to start estimating. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. I am Olwach. I'm going to speak about estimating the cost of building your house. If you want to build a house and you want to know the cost, I'm going to capture the basics of that in this video. Zero numbers, zero mathematics, just the basics to give you the overview of really what it takes to do a good estimate. Well, in all honesty, you can't really learn estimating overnight, because for you to be good in estimating, you have to be really having some sort of experience in that field, right? Because, well, if you want to estimate the cost of construction, then that means you need to be understanding construction. You need to be understanding all the variables which comes to play in construction. And of course, with the word estimating, if you do a quick search into the dictionary or into the internet, you'll realize that estimating is basically to come up with an approximate. We just have to come up with approximate value. So you won't get it accurate to the dot, but you will get a figure which is within the required range. So we really do estimate to ensure that you as a contractor, you make some profits, because that is why you're in business in the first place, right? Because if you knew that you're going to make losses, would you even start that business? Of course no. So you have to estimate correctly so that you make some profits as a contractor. Then estimating also helps the client with the planning. If you want to buy a car, the first thing you'll do is to know the price of that car, right? So that you plan accordingly. The same thing with a building. If you want to really build, then you need to know the cost. Well, for you to estimate somehow correctly, like I said, you just have to understand construction. Let me give you an example. Suppose you want to build maybe 4-story house, and this house is having pad footings. So we have pad footings of this sort. We have pardon my drawings. This mouse is really not behaving well. Let me do a better one. So let me give an example with this one. You want to do this. You want to build a house, but then it has pad footings. Pad footings like these ones here. I just need one for the purpose of this explanation. Alright. Yeah, so this is the pad footing. maybe you have 20 of such footings. What is the cost of building such footing? Assuming that our original ground level was somewhere here. This was the original ground level. This is the original ground level, original ground level. Then that means for you to build this footing here, you'll have to excavate, because you can't really just come and insert this footing here without excavating, right? Yeah, I don't think that is possible unless there's a superior technology or you work your magic, sir. But then for you to build this footing here, the first thing you really need to know is that if this one was your original ground level, then you'll have to maybe do some clearance here, right? That clearance maybe is done by manual labor. So you need to know the cost of that manual labor, right? Because it is a cost. Another thing, after clearing, you also have to excavate, because if you want to build this footing, then maybe you'll have to excavate up to somewhere here, so that you give it some allowance, because you'll have to use formwork. You'll have to use formwork here when you're casting this concrete here. So you have to put all these variables together and know the cost of each of them. Put all these works together, these activities, know what the cost, what the current cost for each of them. Then if you do this for every element, then most probably you'll come up with some more accurate estimate. For this case, so the steps we know, you have to come and clear the site, right? After clearing the site, maybe you have to come and do your blinding. You do blinding, 50 millimeters maybe blinding. So what you should be asking yourself, how will we be doing this blinding? Is it manual labor? If it is manual labor, how many people will be doing it? And what is the rate for them? With that you can know the cost. And if you have several elements of this same which are like this one, then you can just find one, the cost of building one, then you multiply by the number of the elements. So after having blending here, you know that the next step is maybe to the next step is to have your rebus placed in. So you need to have your rebus here. So you have to plan who is going to do this. We need manual labor, yes. How many man hours do we need? Yeah. Then what is the rate, right? Yeah. So if you can understand everything which is going on in this footing, then most probably you will estimate the cost of this footing correctly, right? You have to cure this footing. Where do you get water? Is it readily available? The moment you can understand everything which happens with this footing, from the time you start to build it up to the end, then you can really estimate the cost of this footing correctly. Which materials are you using in this footing? What is the cost of this material? So basically, my point is, which I want you to get correctly, is that for you to be good in estimating, you really need to understand construction. You really have to understand what is going on. Yeah, because if you don't understand what is going on, chances are high that you're going to miss a lot in your estimation, and chances are high that you're going to be in losses. So by the time you're finishing that project, you're thinner than you were before, because you made wrong choices and now you have to pay for them, right? Yeah, so you are under a lot of stress because you're losing money, and it is something which you can actually protect, you know. So my point is, that is what I underline, but for you to be good in estimating, just know what is going on. I mean, just understand construction. The moment you understand construction, the moment you understand the materials you're going to use, the moment you understand the human labor which you require there, the moment you understand the machines which you require to do the job, then really you are done with estimating. After knowing the quantities, then you can pick the current, you know, just do some market research and pick the current price for that commodity, current price for that material, you know, current price for that service, you know. At the moment you can get the most current price for such services and materials, then you're actually going to produce a very good estimate. So that is it, guys. Something again, do not be very unfair with yourself. You can't learn how to estimate overnight. You can't learn construction overnight. It takes some time, you know. Have your time, learn it, and learn it well. You know, if you keep on learning, of course you will know it, right? Yeah, so don't be in too much hurry to know it overnight. You'll obviously know it if you keep learning it, right? Yeah, that is it for now. I just wanted to give basics. I will do a video where we now go to the mathematics. We estimate, we do the calculations here and there, then we estimate, you know. We put the prices, and maybe we take an example of a building, we do all the estimation, and we get the entire price. For this video, it was just this, to give the basics, you know, on how to estimate and how to maybe estimate correctly. So that is it. If you really like this content, don't forget to give me some thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any more video, and also leave me a comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much, guys. Looking ahead to meeting you in the next videos. Let us learn together. Thank you.